godless fantasy.
Hello, what's up, my good people? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are watching us from. This is Mr. Tendawema from Wings Studios, and today we are back with a very interesting conversations. And Wings Studios, when you come here, this is where you find the best conversations that will educate you. At the same time, they will entertain you more so. They will advise you or motivate you mm, with your mindset. So, guys, today we are hosting a very important guest, the CEO of Scanao Ministry and the chairperson of Scanao Ministers. So, come with us, stay tuned so that we can have a very good conversation with them and you will know much more about the Scanao Ministers. But before we continue, just hit that subscribe button if you are new here. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome and welcome so much. Thank you so much. Welcome and let's hear from them.
My name is John Marocco,
Mhm.
the CEO of Scanao Ministers.
Okay. Yeah, and you, Mister.
And I'm Brian Omwansu,
Mhm.
the chairperson,
Okay.
Scanao Ministers.
Mm.
Yes.
So, can we know? Tell us briefly about you, John Marocco. Where do you come from? Yeah.
I come from Nakuru. I've been in Nakuru for a while now,
Mhm.
since 2014.
Okay.
And yeah,
So you have been in Nakuru for quite some time.
yeah.
Okay. And Mr. Brian, how long have you been in this city?
I've been in this city. I'm actually born and bred in Nakuru City.
Mhm.
So I've been in Nakuru since I was born.
Mhm.
Apart from the school life, I went to different parts of the country,
Yeah.
but I've been raised in Nakuru.
Okay.
Yes.
So coming back to you, where did you go to school and where did you grew up?
First I was born in Nyamira,
Mhm.
County,
Nyamira County.
and then later on we moved to Nakuru,
Mhm.
and then I joined Kaptemba Primary.
Mhm.
Later on, I joined Anesta High School,
Okay.
and then later on, I joined Patek College in
Okay.
Eldamashi.
And what did you undertake in Patek College?
I take on hospitality.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. What about me, Mr. Brand? Schooling.
My school life, I was this kid
Mhm.
who went to different schools.
And why?
I don't know. Partly, sometimes it was financial issues
Okay.
from my parents, and you can't complain being
Sure,
a child.
sure, yeah.
And mostly, let's say, for example, in high school,
Mhm.
I went to 3 high schools.
Mhm.
I went to Nyamira Boys High School.
Yeah.
I went to Ndonyo High School,
Mhm.
and I finished at Maroe Sinde Secondary School.
Mm.
So that is high school. That is just a period of 4 years.
Okay.
And then back in primary, I went to almost 5 primary schools.
Mhm.
So, but at primary level, I just schooled at Nakuru.
Mhm.
Then at class 8, that is grade 8,
Mm.
I went to Nyamira
Nyamira.
Primary, Nyamira DB.
Yeah.
That's where I graduated from.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's cool. So, Mr. John, the CEO of Scanao, can we know the brief history of Scanao? How did it started?
We started Scanao back in 2021.
Mhm.
We were motivated the way street children are suffering. We were going around the town,
Mhm.
and we saw the way street children were suffering.
Mhm.
So as a Christian people,
Mhm.
we seated down and we said, how can we help these street children?
Yeah.
And that's how we started we started this ministry.
Mhm.
And the main purpose why we started this ministry
Mhm.
is because we wanted to help those street children.
Mhm.
But later on, as time went by, we expanded. We
Mhm.
started taking sanitary pads to schools. We started going to missions, like
Mhm.
to those areas where the semi-hard places.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, let's say that the street children are the people who inspired you much more to start the organization.
Yes. Yes.
Only the street children or the less fortunate outside the villages and yeah.
Yeah, when I can say like what inspired most
Mhm.
is the street children.
Mhm.
But with time, we started expanding.
Yeah.
when we were focusing on street children, many other vulnerable people came in our life.
Okay.
Different people with
Different
needs.
ideas.
With needs.
Needs. So they
Yeah.
come in our life,
Mhm.
and so we decided to expand.
Okay.
Maybe to add to what you said,
Yeah.
I think you're from Nakuru,
Yeah.
and 1 or 2 times you've been in town, and you've met street children in town
Much more.
asking for maybe lunch
Yeah.
or maybe 10 shillings.
Sure.
So at one time or several, when we were in town, we used to meet these kids, and they'll ask for money for
Mhm.
them to buy lunch
Yeah.
or any meal. So we felt like, how should we help these kids? And that's how these are the first people that inspired us to start this ministry,
Mhm.
the street children. After we have set minds together, we started helping people from not only street children, but also children who are at how do we call these children's homes,
Yeah.
and also visiting semi-arid places. But the people who inspired us are
Mhm.
the street children.
Sure.
Yes.
So, if I can ask you, Mr. Brown,
Yes.
what is the main mission of the organization?
The main mission of the organization
Mm.
is to change lives.
Change lives.
Because for those who have been in Kenya and for those who live in Kenya,
Yeah.
there are a lot of vulnerable families. And as Christians, our core value, core calling is to help those who are in need.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that we are so rich or maybe we are so blessed,
Sure.
but the little that we have,
Mhm.
we just want to share it with those who don't have.
Mhm.
So that is the calling of the group.
Okay. Yes. So coming back to you, Mr. John, when people start the organizations, a lot happens.
Yes.
What are some of the challenges that you faced when starting the organization?
One of the challenges that we faced,
Mhm.
the first one is financially.
Mhm.
When you start organization,
Yeah.
we are just beginning.
It's a lot of finances.
As the chairman said here, we are not that rich.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one of the problem we faced when we started this ministry.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So finances
Yeah.
were the main problem.
Yes.
But actually, the main problem until now,
Mhm.
it doesn't mean that we've solved that problem.
Yeah.
But we are just moving on from time to time.
Okay.
God has mercies on us. The organization is still kicking.
Okay.
Yes.
What keeps you motivated?
What keeps us motivated?
Mhm.
Not me, but as the ministry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
as the CEO, you have your own challenges,
Mhm.
and the ministry has their own challenges. The
Mhm.
CEO has a lot to do with the ministry.
Yeah. What keeps me motivated
Mhm.
is when I go to the street.
Mhm.
Sometimes, especially as the chairman said,
Yeah.
we have one of the problem we are facing, I think now, is finances issues.
Mhm.
But when we feel like, sometimes you feel like, will we make our dream to come to pass?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
our dream
Mhm.
is to at least to build a home for those street children, and to remove them from the street, and at least they can have their home.
Yeah.
So when we every time we go to the street,
Mhm.
and you find those children, it reminds you, or it remind you the dream as a ministry you have. So you got motivated, like, we have to remove these street children and give them a home.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Brian,
Yes.
what is that one moment that you realize that this ministry is now making sense, or the organization is doing something that makes sense?
Okay, when the organization at first began, it felt like it wouldn't like really work.
Mhm.
We've been to places, we visited places,
Yeah.
and there's this time we visited, most of the time we visited Nakuru, maybe let's say streets and children homes. There's this one time, was it 2023?
Yeah.
We went to Lodwar.
Mhm.
Lodwar is one of the arid places in Kenya, that is in Turkana. When we were planning for this visit, personally it looked so impossible, because if you calculate the costs from Nakuru just on transport, the cost itself, it's very expensive.
Yeah.
It's around 70,000 to travel to Lodwar and back. When you calculate what you need for accommodation, it's also another amount.
Yeah.
And then when you calculate the amount you need for donation, because when you go to Lodwar, these people are hungry, they need to be fed,
Yeah.
so you need a lot of money.
Sure.
And if you look at the state of the members, they're not in the position to raise that amount. So at first it was just a dream. We want to do this, but we don't have the finances to support that. So actually that thing or that mission was successful.
Yeah.
And at that moment, I felt like this thing is working. If we managed to go to Lodwar and we fed those families, we managed to go and come back without any debts. That's when I felt like this thing is working.
Okay.
Yes.
Mr. John, so which is that one moment that you realize that now the ministry is making a difference, is bringing a difference? Yeah.
Yeah, that moment I think it is as the chairman said here when we went to Turkana. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. There's a question here. What are some of the projects are you working on currently?
The projects. As we started the year, one we started a choir. It's a choir that sings gospel music, that will use the songs to praise the name of the Lord. The reason being, when you go to help, we are helping as Christians.
Yeah.
And we felt like, apart from giving people maybe food or whatever they are lacking, we should also let them know about God. And since a good number of us are not evangelists, we felt like through singing, we can also tell them about God. So that is the first project that we've started. Secondly, we have a promotion to raise funds for the ministry to visit another semi-arid place or maybe an arid place in Kenya, maybe towards the end of this year. That is another plan.
Okay.
And the biggest plan we have as an organization, as my CEO has mentioned, we want to have a school, or should we call it a children's home, so that since this ministry was inspired by street children, we feel like if we get enough funds, we can start a school or a children's home whereby these street children will have a place to live, where they'll be getting food from every meal, 3 meals a day, and also they'll get education. Yes.
So sometimes when people think like when people start an organization like a charity organization, they have a lot of money.
Yes.
But what they don't know is that people try to be selfless.
Yes.
Like you just live your own things and you try to help other people. You are doing an amazing job. Thank you, Mr. John. So how do you handle the problem of finances?
First, I want to take this opportunity to thank so much the friends of Skanao ministers who have been supporting us a lot since we began this ministry.
Yeah.
I want first to take this opportunity to thank Joamak Piel from Michigan, Stefano Moreta from Maryland, Lisa Mwale from California, Jonathan Pena from South Carolina, and Rana Melinda from Canada for the sacrifice that they have made to make sure that this ministry running.
Yeah.
And also I want to thank our members because they have been sacrificing a lot to make sure that our projects are going on, our events are going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's say that the ministry is being funded from abroad mostly.
Yeah, mostly.
And the contributions of members.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. So let's go to a short break. Then when we come back, we'll continue. Right, welcome back. We are back again from the short break that we went. We are on and we are hosting the best guys from Skanao Ministers and the CEO of Skanao Ministry. So let's talk about the choir. Before we conclude, let's talk about the choir. How did you come up with the idea of the choir, Chair?
We felt like, as our CEO has mentioned, we have people who are supporting the ministry, and these people are Christians. And we felt like this question is arising.
Yeah.
Apart from helping these people, how do you preach to them since you guys are not evangelists?
Exactly.
So we felt like, singing is part of preaching.
Preaching.
So after a long discussion, we felt like, why shouldn't we come up with a choir so that when we'll be helping these less fortunate families, at one time we can be preaching to them through singing. So that's when the ideology of the choir came on board.
Okay.
Yes.
So when the choir was formed?
The idea has been in our mind since last year, but late last year around December, that is when we started planning on how how the choir should start, and we started the strategizing about the choir. So officially, towards the end of last year, the choir was formed, and as this year began, we started on planning, on recording, and everything.
Okay.
Yes.
What are some of the music that the choir perform?
Gospel music.
Gospel music.
Yes.
Okay. So let's talk about you as the chairperson. What are some of your responsibilities in the choir as the chair?
Just to chair the group in the meetings and to represent the group outside. Yes.
To our viewers,
Yes.
what are some of the qualities of a choir leader?
Qualities of a choir leader. This being a choir that sings gospel music, you should, as a leader, you should be a God-fearing leader.
Sure.
Because you can't lead people who you are informing them about, because you need these people to act in a Christian way, or the way that the Bible suggests that these people should act. So as a leader, the first thing, you should be of that character of God-fearing.
Yeah.
Secondly, you should be, should I say, equilibrium, as in you should not be having sides. When you are a leader, you're supposed to be in the middle so that you listen to the members. And maybe another thing, you should let, when maybe having discussions in the group, you should let every view of every member to be considered as important as any person's view.
Yeah.
So that for us to have equality.
Okay.
Yes.
Leading a choir,
yes,
is very difficult.
Sure.
And actually, leading a choir that has both genders,
yes,
it's very difficult. So, what's the most challenging part of leading?
The most challenging part
of leading this group.
Like you've said, we have different genders, and we also have people who are brought up from different backgrounds. So the ideologies I have and the ideologies my members have are not the same.
Yeah.
At times you can meet, maybe there are several people who have these ideologies and these have these ideologies.
Yeah.
So to make these people and come to an understanding and pick one thing, so that maybe the group A and group B to come to an understanding.
Yeah.
That is the hardest part. At times it may make people who are friends become enemies.
Okay.
So that is the hardest part. Yes.
So how do you make your choir members, motivated and united?
We talk out issues. Whenever there's a problem, we sit down as grown-ups, discuss where the problem is, find a solution to it. Yes.
So a few days ago,
Yes.
I saw some posters going around that the choir has
Promotion.
an event or a promotion.
Yes.
So what's the plan?
The plan about the promotion. One, it's as organized. It's going to be one of the biggest events that Nakuru is going to host.
Yeah.
Organized by Skanao ministers. It will be at Mount Kenya University town campus. That is in town. Several choirs are invited and guests. So there'll be plenty of food for guests.
Okay.
And we hope through that people will be blessed by the music, and also plan that we will raise enough funds to support the ministry.
Okay.
Yes.
So there is a question here. But before that,
Yes.
let me just do business first. Sure. Okay. Hello guys. So are you looking for a printing company, branding company that will help you brand your things very well. You brand your t-shirt, you brand your banners, you brand your viral pens, yeah, and you brand even your phones and everything that deals with branding. You need one. JM Graphic and Printing. It's waiting for you to give them a job, because these guys, they are waiting for you to give them a job so that they can help you manifest your feelings as usual. So if you want this branding thing, if you want to brand your t-shirt and everything, just call the number on the screen so that JM Graphics will give your needs the way you want them. They make your needs come true. Your vision and everything, it's relied at JM Graphics. Are we together? So when you reach there, tell him Mr. Tendawema has sent me so that he can give you the best offers. It's not expensive and it's not cheap. So if you go there, if you want a banner, if you want anything, just tell him Mr. Tendawema has sent me so that he can give you the best quality and the best prices ever. So just watch this one out. So there are some of the rumors that is going on around. People are just saying that after the event of the choir, and they have gone ahead and gave the dates as per the rumors that we are getting. We don't know if they have reached you. That after the event, you guys, you are going to scam the choir members and leave the choir die, and you walk out with money. Is it true?
You know,
Have you heard this information?
let me start from saying we've heard the rumors,
Okay.
and secondly, people must talk. You know, without propaganda, and when people start something, that's when the devil finds a way to come in between.
Yeah.
And this is the time to test our faith. If we are really strong, and we believe in the core values of the group. And secondly, to partly answering your question, it's not the first time Scano is doing an event.
Okay.
We had an event on 2023 October, and members were not scammed. So why should we do it now?
Maybe it's the time for scamming.
So to go in deeper, you know, there's this thing that is mentioned. I love to say there's, okay, should I say a beta X?
You just say.
Should
This is a free space.
Let me use the term a beta X. Someone that just to elaborate in other languages, maybe you had this girlfriend, and then you break up with this girlfriend, you start dating somebody else. You know, this girlfriend will be bitter. Why? Maybe she thought you won't move on. Now that she has found out that you've moved on, she's now bitter and she's out there spreading rumors about you. So it is, in simpler terms, we have someone who is bitter about the organization, and they are trying to spread rumors about the organization, rumors that are not true. So that the things that he or she is mentioning are not correct. So there's no plan like those.
Yes. So Mr. C, have you heard those things that people are saying?
Yeah, I've been heard a lot.
And what's the reaction?
People are talking outside all those things, and it's something that was stated by two people. But I need to tell them, because I know they've been watching this, that we have been here for around now 4 years. In fact, we are going to, on October, we are going to reach 5 years. And all this time we have been here with our members. No one has ever left, and we'll be here for many years.
Mhm.
And then until when we reach our dream to build a home for the street children.
Yeah, okay.
And this then we are not going to separate. The way
Okay.
they are saying that they have given out like
Mhm.
date 5 June, we are
Mhm.
going to separate. I told, in fact, I talked to one of the people who said so,
Mhm.
and I told them, okay, just mark that day, we will see.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, which means that you don't have any plan for scamming these guys.
And to add on
And,
that, you know, our accounts are not that one person can access them.
okay.
Our accounts are secured.
Mhm.
One person cannot withdraw the funds without two other parties.
Okay.
So we have signatories to the group.
Mhm.
So when people will be coming to our event,
Mhm.
the money that will be sending or supporting the group,
Mhm.
the monies are secure.
Okay.
So we don't have parties.
Mm.
The money is very secure. There's no plans to scam the members.
Okay.
And our members know. The story that is out there and has being spoken, it is something that the choir did,
Yeah.
and all the members are aware of it.
Mhm.
So it has not affected the members in any way.
Mhm.
So I think everything is in order.
Okay.
So I'll just say people just talk.
Mm.
It's part of life.
Okay.
At the end of the day, they'll sleep.
It's true.
Yes.
So you just keep motivated, be motivated.
Yes.
You know, the tree that bears fruits is the tree that being stoned.
It's being stoned the most.
Yeah, the most.
Yes.
So you just continue the same spirit, help people, just turn Satan down actually.
Amen.
Shame him so
Yes.
that when your ministry prospers and God is being elevated.
Yes.
Yeah. So advice to young people who want to join the choir or to start a choir. So let's start from you.
You know, one, singing is, should we say, it's a gift from God.
Yeah.
And the Bible records, if you don't use your gifts well
Mhm.
or your talents, they'll be taken from you and given to somebody else.
Sure, sure.
One, through singing, it's making a good use of the talent that God gave you. Secondly, is praising God.
Yeah.
Thirdly, when we'll go to heaven, the only work that is given to us, it is singing.
Sure.
So if you are thinking of singing, please do so. It's just a practice. When you will go to heaven, there'll be more of singing. So
Exactly.
on earth, you're just doing the practice.
Yeah.
So do that without thinking twice.
Mhm.
And there's something that I love referring to this phrase that Pastor Sitati says. These choirs that are not doing evangelism,
Mhm.
they'll break.
Yeah.
So if you are out there thinking of starting a ministry or any choir, please let it just not be singing.
Mhm.
Let this choir be doing evangelism.
Yeah.
Let this choir save life.
Mhm.
Let it just not be show off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have this in mind, please let it just not be singing. Let it include evangelism.
Okay.
Yes.
You know, many people start choirs nowadays because of business, because of money,
Yes.
because of fame. So where are you as Scanao? Where are you situated?
We want
Because
to,
of money, because
we want to
or
save
to
lives.
spread the
We
gospel.
want to save lives.
Okay.
Yes, that is our core agenda.
Okay. So, Mr. John,
Mhm.
there is a young person outside there
Mhm.
who wants to start a charity organization.
Mhm.
What advice can you give him or her?
Before I give that person advice,
Yeah.
I want to first go back. There's a question you asked,
Okay.
and you asked like there's a rumors, there's some propaganda that are being spread outside here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I want to tell you something. You know, when you come out with a propaganda, like when you say like we I mean like we want maybe to scam people in the group.
Yeah.
You know, mostly for me, I look at it and I say, before you come on that thing, before you come out to that thing, that is the thing that you do.
Yeah.
All of that is the thing you are doing in the past to your
Oh,
members.
that's what is in your mind.
Yeah, to your members,
Uh-huh.
so that you think other people will
We
do
do
that.
the same.
Yeah, but next to come to the advice,
Mhm.
I want to say, like, for those people who want to start an organization
Mhm.
and a ministry,
Mhm.
for God to praise it, always put God first.
Yeah.
And in everything you do, put God first.
Mhm.
When you do things, maybe you're starting a ministry with the aim of that I want to benefit from this ministry, remember that God is watching.
Sure.
And you'll be doing things they fail in your ministry,
Mhm.
and you don't know how.
Mhm.
So far, where we have reached as Canal Ministry, we have given standard pads to girls in high schools. We have been going to Senehalite, helping those vulnerable people there. We have went to orphanages,
Yeah.
supporting some children in those orphanages.
Mhm.
We have been feeding street children many times, and and uh, and we have done and many others. For all those things we have done, we needed money, we
Sure.
needed finances,
Yeah.
and I believe that is God who has provided all those things. So when you put God first in everything you do, nothing will never fail. But
Amen.
if you start
Mhm.
with the aim of like, I want to benefit, I want to sing these songs and then get money to keep myself,
Yeah.
you know, as long as Mr. Tent, as long as you have chosen that I'm going to do the work of God,
Mhm.
that is the work of God.
Sure.
So it's the God who is in charge. So
Exactly.
if you go and start doing your own things,
Mhm.
God will stop you. Will stop those things.
Yeah. Okay. So where do you see the foundation and the choir in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years,
Mm.
we'll be having a very big school. I believe so.
Yeah.
A school that will be holding the street children,
Mhm.
and this school we want to put it in a places like vulnerable,
Mhm.
like here in Nakuru we have a congested place like Kaptembwa.
Yeah.
We want to put this school there. Yeah, so I see our in the next 5 years,
Mhm.
our ministry there. I want to see the chairman there
Mhm.
leading the school.
Yeah.
I want to see members doing some stuff to helping those street children. Yeah, so
Okay.
when I picture it, I see ourselves in a big orphanage,
Okay.
in a big school.
That's cool. So, which is your last word as we wind up to members, and you just invite them to your event because this is the platform now.
Okay, first, my last words. I'd love to invite every individual, every living creature to our event, not only in Nakuru, but also worldwide. If you can get enough funds to come to our event, feel most welcomed. There'll be plenty of food and there'll be plenty of choirs. So the music will be there from morning till evening.
Yeah.
So feel most welcomed and please don't come empty pocketed. Come with some funds to support the ministry.
Yeah.
Through your support, we will support the less vulnerable families in our community.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. John, which is your last word as we
Ah.
wind up?
My last word.
Yeah.
Uh, my last word also I want to because this launching
Mhm.
is the launching that we are aiming to raise a lot of funds
Yeah.
for the mission that we have in December
Okay.
in Turkana.
Mm.
So we have created online fundraising for that for the boat launching
Yeah.
and for the mission.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I could ask people to go there in Mchanga
Mhm.
and support us with whatever they have.
Mchanga.
Mchanga.
Okay. So do you have social media platforms?
Sure.
Yeah. So tell our people to either subscribe or follow. Yeah.
We have social media handles.
Mhm.
We have TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook, Instagram, and also WhatsApp.
Mhm.
So at Facebook, go by the name. Actually, just look for Scanao Ministers.
Okay.
You'll find us there.
Mhm.
Just write the name Scanao, you'll find us.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And we are very grateful for hosting you here. And if we need more information or if we hear a lot of things from outside there, so we'll call you here just to clarify.
Sure.
Or if you just want to clarify something, you can reach out so that we can plan and we know what next. So guys, thank you for watching, and we are very grateful for setting your time watching this one. And we know that when God has blessed you, you can just do wonders. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so. Just hit that subscribe button, and you can be the first person to be notified when we post one of the videos, the best videos. And remember, Wing Studios is where you find the most interesting stories, the most interesting videos that will help you educate, entertain, and motivate you all the days. Call me Mr. Tenda Wema, as always from Wing Studios, and we will bring you much and much more videos. Thank you so much for watching.